Mike and John again without Peter. Don't even know what he's doing. He just said he wasn't going to show up today, and he didn't. So, promises made, promises kept. Today, we're going to start with a falling out between TikTok and Universal Music. And guess which side I'm on? It's TikTok's.
Universal Music, of course, because we all love big music companies. Everyone loves them.
So Universal Music and TikTok were negotiating to renew the agreement that they had that would let TikTok creators use Universal Music in their clips. And it expired. So all Universal Music has been taken down off of TikTok, which I personally find to be annoying. I was going to say devastating. It's not devastating. I guess I don't really care, except for the artists who are having their music taken down, which include Taylor Smith and Drake. So not nobody.
Smith. We love Taylor Smith.
Did I say
Taylor
Smith?
Swift.
I meant Swift. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think, honestly, it's like I'm in a really tough spot because we got one monstrous tech company and then we have one monstrous music company. Yeah, they can both get fucked, I think, is my opinion. Holy moly. If anyone shafts artists more, it is the music industry.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that they're like, give us another 5 tenths of a cent per song.
I was trying to think about who gets screwed here, because certainly it's a promotional opportunity for Taylor Swift, but she's not wanting for exposure.
No.
You've got the creators using those clips. Sucks for them. There's some good music in there. And then there's new artists trying to, I guess, who have been picked up by Universal that really are trying to build their careers. So it probably sucks for them. But it kind of reminds me of the whole MP3 ripping time period.
I loved that period. Wow, what a blissful period in my life. I remember my first MP3. I got it for my birthday. I must have been 11, and it was red. It had a screen. That was very special. That it had a screen, and it had 128 megs. Oh yeah,
living the
life. So it could play I forget what the number was that they advertised, 500 songs. Whew, that was top tech, you guys.
I know.
Man,
now with your phone in your pocket, there's not a song in existence that you couldn't play within a few minutes.
Second, not even. Right, exactly.
Just in the sense that it's these poor giant music conglomerates crying about how much money they're losing.
Right.
I get it. You got to make money, but I actually don't know what the state of the industry looks like right now, but I know for a very long time, the people that they were representing were not the artists. The artists were not getting a bulk of that money.
No, and I think that's historical. It's been like that, where artists make shit on prints, right, on CDs or sales, and then they make all of their money touring. So, and we can see that with Taylor's tour, right? I'm pretty sure she cleared herself $1 billion from her last, whatever that was called, the biggest one. And then you said some number, you were like, it influenced the world economy by $5 billion or something.
Yeah.
So touring is really the bread and butter for the artist, but that's all related to how big you are. If I'm an artist that's kind of niche, indie, I'm not going to become rich off of a tour. That might just be my job, I might just make enough to live. But I think that historically, excuse me, historically, the music industry fucks the artist. Now, since the advent of Spotify, the artist gets fucked even more. The only people who actually succeed in Spotify are the people at the top, like Taylor, right? Like Kanye and his shit.
Why? How is Spotify worse for the artists?
The Spotify is worse for the artist because they have never made less per listen. The artist, that is. So an artist makes like 2 cents or something per listen, right? It's something along those lines. It might be less than 2 cents, but back in the day, the artist would, let's say, get 10% off of every CD sale, and every CD, let's say, cost $10-$20. So they were getting $1, $2 per purchase, or if we want to even split it further, we'll say 10 cents per song per CD. Now they're getting like, we can do live research, right? How much does Spotify pay per listen?
So the only reason
$0.003. So it's not even a cent. It's a third of it's like a 30th of a cent. Yeah, a third.
But I guess what I'm trying to reconcile is between that and YouTube, there are more independent artists. And, it's hard to break through as an artist, but Connor, I can't remember the kid's name. Ren, Jax are all artists who started on YouTube or TikTok and have made their money doing that. Going viral on YouTube, getting on Spotify.
That's different though.
And not getting signed by a label to be able to do that. So why is that different?
But that's an outlier scenario, right? Like big labels still own the industry. Sure, there's always like bootstrapped and indie artists that are going to make it on their own through something like a viral YouTube video, a viral TikTok video, but like generally speaking, and even then they're not making money off of Spotify, right? Like if they go viral and get 500,000
I think some of them do
views
make
per
pretty
video.
good money off Spotify.
Again, it's exponential. It depends on how much people are listening to you.
Well, sure.
You saw the numbers per listen.
That's an additional.
They're making less than half a cent per listen.
But that's another opportunity in addition to getting signed by the record labels that didn't exist before.
Yeah, of course. But if we're talking about just the general music industry, if you've been signed, okay, but that's actually not true because no one's going out and buying CDs anymore. So one has been removed for the replacement of CD. This Spotify has replaced CDs, right? Google Music has replaced CDs, or YouTube Music.
Okay.
Amazon Music has replaced CDs. These artists, signed or not, are not making money off of physical copies anymore. No one's buying an album on iTunes.
But you started by saying they weren't making their money off physical copies anyway. They were making their money off touring.
No. I was saying that they weren't making majority of their money off of physical copies. Now they're making even less than what they were making from the physical copies, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's probably true, but I still kind of feel like there probably are more opportunities for people that aren't signed by labels to get in on some of that. And it's like YouTube, right? You're only making a penny per view per video, but
yeah, sure,
it adds up because you have a giant audience. You have access to many more people.
Totally. It's just, I think, important to recognize that the artist is always the one getting fucked.
Agreed.